The first question is, what was it like being married to someone who served in the military emotionally and spiritually?
Yeah, of course. Well, first of all, I'm also a military brat. So my father's retired veteran of the military, 20 plus years. And so, I was accustomed to that lifestyle from a different lens, but kind of familiar with it. When I first got married to my ex-husband, he was reserve and a police officer, and then he went in active duty. So the dynamics change, from just being gone, like a weekend or two a month, to deployments and things of that nature. So I would say, the time being married to him in the military and post as a veteran, it came with its ups and its downs. There were rewarding experiences, some of the gifts that keep on giving, but there were also a lot of challenges.
Because I've never served in the military. I just know, from friends and people that I know who might have served. And so doing this episode and this series is me asking a lot of questions out of ignorance and just wanting to understand, so I can have a better understanding as well. And so, how did military life impact your sense of connection and communication as a couple?
Yeah, for sure. And, even back to question number one, serving, you're oftentimes moved from city to city. You're having to make friends quickly. You don't have a foundation of community because you're in new places and all of those um, dynamics. But you said how it affects communication. Yeah. Um, I would say the number one thing, and probably what others can attest to, is the periods of separation. Right. Um, we were married, and he was deployed during times where there wasn't FaceTime, there wasn't all these technologies. I literally would spend, oh my goodness, $35 on a calling card. Okay, used to talk for an hour or two, multiple times a week. You're not able to make that touch. Definitely not getting face to face sending those care packages, communicating through letters, like really Shakespeare. And so you had to be creative. It taught me to value communication, right? So those times when he was home, it's like, hey, I want to talk to you. I just want to see your little face, So because you can take just being able to say, hey, how was your day? And see their reaction, you can take that for granted. And then a lot of people don't talk about, what it's like post war when they come home. They've been amongst themselves. They've been in war mode. They haven't had communication with the spouse or those closest to them. They're a lot of times stoic. They're quiet. Even if they don't come home with PTSD or traumatic, any type of trauma, just being alone in a barrack or being with people can change how you communicate. And this was also in a time where it wasn't 6 month deployment. They were gone for a year and a half. That's a long time to not to be able to talk to someone with maybe one 30-day break in between. So it definitely changed, how you share communication, as well as now having to communicate with someone that you haven't did life with for a year and a half. Um, and, adding on all of the